regional presentation project, I'll be talking about Europe. The physical geography of Europe. Europe is the second smallest continent. It can be divided into 4 major physical regions: the Western Uplands, the North European Plains, the Central Uplands, and the Alpine Mountains. The Western Uplands. This part of Europe consists of Scandinavia, which is Norway, Sweden, and Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Scotland, Ireland, and parts of France, Spain, and Portugal. This region is defined by hard, ancient rock that over time was formed by glaciers. Physical features include marshlands, lakes, and fjords. A fjord is a long and narrow inlet of the sea that is surrounded by high, rugged cliffs. The fjords in this region are mostly found in Iceland and Scandinavia. The North European Plain. This part of Europe consists of parts of France, Belgium, the Netherlands, Germany, Denmark, Poland, and the Baltic states, and Belarus. The majority of this area is below 500 feet in elevation. This region has many navigable rivers and very fertile soil. Due to the physical features in this area, early communication, travel, and agriculture development were possible. This is the most densely populated region in Europe. The Central Uplands. This area of Europe includes western France and Belgium, southern Germany, the Czech Republic, and parts of northern Switzerland and Austria. This region is lower in altitude and less rugged than the Alpine Mountains. The Central Uplands is heavily wooded. Important highlands in the Central Uplands include the Massif Central and the Vosges in France, the Ardennes of Belgium, and the Black Forest, which is located in Germany. This region is lowly populated. The Alpine Mountains. This region of Europe consists of the Italian and Balkan peninsulas, northern Spain, and southern France. Physical features in this area include high elevations, rugged plateaus, and steep sloping land. This region contains active volcanoes, Mount Etna and Mount Vesuvius, and both of these are located in Italy. The political geography of Europe. The European Union, also known as the EU, is divided up into and ran by 5 main branches: the European Council, Council of the European Union, European Parliament, European Commission, and the Court of Justice. The European Council is different than the Council of the European Union. The Council of the European Union is also commonly referred to as the Council or the Council of Ministers. The European Council. This is the meeting place for heads of state and the government. It creates the policy agenda and determines priority for the European Union. It typically meets 4 times a year and more often if needed. The Council of the European Union. This branch is made up of government ministers. They are responsible for approving draft laws after they are created. The Council and the Parliament typically discuss the draft together along with the Commission who made the draft. If it is approved or prior to being approved, they will make any changes they feel are necessary. The European Parliament. This branch of the EU is made up of directly elected representatives. The European Parliament and the Council of the European Union typically work very closely together. They are also responsible for approving drafts and approving draft laws and making changes they feel are necessary. Also, they are part of the team that is required to follow the agenda that is set by the European Council. The European Commission. When the agenda is set by the European Council, they are required to follow it. They normally compose new laws after they discussed it with other EU institutions and any other party that is interested in the law being discussed. When they draft a law, they are typically available on the EU website. After the law has been put into action, they become responsible for implementing it. They also work very close with administrators of member countries to make sure it is implemented. Court of Justice. This is where laws that were created by the EU can be challenged. If the court believes that the law is unlawful, it can be declared invalid. They also give judgments about member countries.